completely obvious or completely random. So since I'm not going to be able to guess the random, I'm going to guess.
You get five tries, five attempts.
So it's not thin spaghetti.
Nope, it's not that. All right, you got four more tries.
It's not Swiss chalet.
Whatever the word is, I can say
No.
that would have been released, and we
Three
would have
tries.
when you come out. This guy, Dan Bongino looks like his skin's getting lighter with every video that he seems to be having to tell the story. And I know Dan, and I like Dan, so this is not.
This is a meme guess, but
he
it
looks
would
like
be ironic, and I feel like it would make sense why you said that I'd never guess. Is it carbonara?
Nope. Two tries. Invite me.
And I get no hints.
Got two more tries.
I get no hints.
Huh?
I get no hints.
Um.
In terms of, is it something that I know you've eaten before? Not that you have, but if I know that you have.
Yes, but I don't even think that'll help you.
I don't know, crab? Fresh crab?
Nope. One more try.
This isn't my guess, but the only thing I can think of is fucking beef and rice, like a ground beef and rice, but that's not my guess. It's too late for fuchsia unless you had it in your fridge.
For what?
Yeah, never mind. For that Asian place.
Oh, no. Was that your guess?
No, I said it's too late for that, so I know that it's not that.
Oh, okay.
Crab came to mind before, and then lobster, but I don't know if...
Okay, I'll give you one hint. It's not dinner related.
British breakfast? English breakfast?
No.
No, okay. Yeah, that's... what?
Okay, there you go, dog.
What? Oh, you sent a picture?
Yeah. Did it go through?
Not yet. Oh, yo, that's an... What the hell? No wonder I couldn't guess.
I fucking knew it would be impossible to guess it. But I have told you I have eaten those in the past, so...
Oh yeah, the cinema.
I guess technically that's...
Be ready to eliminate hostiles.
Dog.
Dude, I remember... Which... Nothing against her, she's a fine person. And I'm nothing against her, but my extremely overweight aunt used to let me eat
5 seconds and counting.
more than one of those when she was
Goated,
babysitting.
dude.
Bomb
Huh?
located by
No,
op four.
I know.
So that's goated.
Goated, but very bad for me when I'm 10 years old or 12.
Oh, that's it? It's bad for you?
No. Oh shit, someone's already close. Someone's at white stairs. Are they white stairs or the stairs where you are?
I don't know. Somebody opened the hatch where I was, so I rotated. Dead.
I got bombed.
Swapping mags!
Bro, I'm trying to fucking hack at this today.
listen, I have
Did I tell you what I used to do with Dunkaroos?
can't remember. No, I can't remember. I cannot remember.
I would eat the icing and the cookies separately.
So you would just eat the cookies by themselves?
Yeah. Not always, but a lot of the time.
Yeah, no. I always dip it.
Well, the thing with me, and this goes with anything like those picnic things with the long hard breadsticks with the
Cheese.
hazelnut chocolate.
All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
I never know how much I can put on each with each dunk, so I
Nice.
instead of having to worry about that, I would just eat them separately. Dude, fucking picnics with the fucking hazelnut chocolate. Oh my god. I'd eat that shit with a spoon.
Be ready to eliminate hostiles. Ten seconds. Insertion. 5 seconds.
Loading new mag.
Hostiles located a bomb. Be ready for hostile action.
What the fuck?
Loading new magazine.
Nope. Thanks, dog. You guy's a fucking faggot.
Reloading. Deploying nitro sound.
One friendly remaining. Mission failed.
Good, he
All
left the
friendlies
game.
were eliminated.
With Framer,
Nice.
the things you design become real. Framer feels
Yay,
like a
I can
design
tap
tool.
out of the game today.
It exists. So you have
Almost
the
like
video.
holding a gun behind
Yeah.
the camera.
Let's say so you have the video of him killing himself. No, not that video, but here's a video of my dog.
Dude,
It's really cute.
did you see that kill on that shield op? I had no fucking recoil at all on his gun.
And also, we have some clips of the body coming out.
Oh, no,
and
I
also,
didn't see
just because the FBI, we have no fingerprints, therefore there was no criminals. Because the only people that, either A, there was a criminal, or B, maybe the FBI and CIA were the best cover-ups of all crimes, including international crimes like 9/11, could have probably covered this crime up too. Maybe that's what happened, Dan. Why do you think we
Friendly
believe you? I
drone
feel like you shot his
deployed.
credibility.
Op 4 is
That's my
reinforcing
opinion.
its
I
location.
think he's handled it poorly.
Yeah.
I like Dan, I like Ash, but I feel like
Yo, tell me everything you know about the Emperor in Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not gonna say anything if you don't know.
The black guy?
The
Insertion
Illithid.
in 10 seconds.
Oh,
5 seconds
see if
to
I
go.
can remember. Okay, so he's the fucking... He's the, whatever, the companion person, or whatever. And then,
What do you mean companion person?
like the person you make, or whatever. Like the knight, the whatever, like the dream
Oh yeah.
companion. Outside of that,
Drone
I think
activated.
he wants to be free of the giant brain thing too. That's pretty much all I know.
What the fuck just hit us? There's a guy below you on the 3rd floor, by the way. Yeah, dude. All I can see is his fucking head, bro.
Down to 1 friendly.
Oh.
15 seconds. Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
I love it how you realize you can't jump off. You do that.
Yep. Only so much Master Chief can do, dude.
like, because he has videos that exist on his podcast, where he does air quotes for Epstein's suicide,
See, at least when you go
For him
0
to just
3,
turn
you
around and
make
be
it
like,
funny,
"Nope,
so I
never
can't
happened."
even be mad.
he
Not,
needs
you
to
know, this
address
isn't
what
ranked.
he's said about this, and I think he's
It's
he's
fucking funny.
this on Fox and
I'm
Friends.
blocked from ranked anyway, so.
Cleaning up his
Over, dude.
Maria Bartiromo interview where he was like, he killed himself, and it was like,
This
he
game
was choking
is
up.
still giving me
Look,
this rank
The Daily
adjustment
Show made fun of-
notification, dude. Like,
like they showed a video of him where he's like, what, Epstein killed himself and now all the evidence is gone? Dan needs to talk about that in his interviews. Not just, look at the files in there. He needs to say,
fucking retarded.
you know, look, I was cheerleading, I was going through this before I was in the FBI, and so the first thing I did was I went for the evidence. The other thing I should mention is he's half doing what I was saying he should be doing. Not that he should take my advice from me, I'm just saying, he came out and he was like, if you
I
have
get
tips,
more,
please give them to me.
I want to get
I
fruit
think
roll
he
up.
should have just kept it simple and said,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what to tell you guys other than we don't have any evidence
I
of
think they
anything.
still make those.
The FBI formally, our official statement, we don't have evidence of anything.
I think
So,
I saw it on
I'll give
Amazon.
He should have done that.
Fucking order
It's so
some
stupid.
shit.
This thing's like, oh yeah, we can't release the video yet because we're cleaning it up to enhance it. Like what? You're like turning up the brightness or something. Like this is the government. I'm pretty sure you have like a good video editor.
It's going through Lightroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we gotta put it on
It's
an
like, yeah,
iMovie.
It's gonna take us about 3 weeks to like turn up the
wait.
saturation on this video. So it's just like a really nice video.
slow
Ah,
component.
hold
Hold on,
on,
it's
guys.
gotta take
Guys.
Op 4
it's
is
rendering for
reinforcing
2
its
weeks. You know,
location.
Yeah, but hold on. Yeah, probably. It's the government. Did you see Sean Duffy did that
No,
presentation of all the FAA equipment? They're using like Tandy computers from the 70s. Their computers are like dot matrix.
it's rendering on a BlackBerry. You know, like
Whoa!
Raspberry Pi.
BlackBerry's way too
10
advanced for
seconds to
government.
go.
They got industrial control systems from 50 years ago. They're still using. So
5 seconds to go.
not that I think the
You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Why do you look behind you? At the fucking
I
glacier.
can see if there's anyone behind me.
The fuck was that sound? Someone was in here.
Guy's right there. Oh, jump down the hatch. Yep, right there.
The diffuser is no longer in your possession. Op 4 neutralized. Mission successful.
Oh, the guy left the game when he was down and I still got the kill. What? Wait. Our teammate
Fucking
didn't
hit
kill
me.
you?
I don't fucking know, dude. Fucking
surveillance
retarded.
footage is actually that old. I'm just saying it probably is on a garbage old system that sucks. Look at when Elon Musk said that federal retirements are all handled in a limestone
Oh.
cavern.
That was crazy. He's a pulley system.
Oh my gosh! And they're like, wait, they're driving tricycles through it.
Yeah, it's like they couldn't find dwarves
so
for the new
weird.
Snow White. They were still working in the
Well,
records
like,
mine,
I
you
don't
know?
think
Like
anybody
Oompa
thought
Loompas
that
down
like
there.
Hillary Clinton snuck in there like this and then attacked him in the middle of the night. It could have been anything.
His food
And
was
I just
poisoned.
don't understand how it's possible to hang yourself with
Friendly
paper
drone
thin bed
deployed.
sheets from
Op
a
4 is
bunk
reinforcing
bed
its
that's
location.
shorter than you.
I just wanna,
That's what
I
I
just,
don't
guys, can I just, Dan, please.
Got
There are
vigil.
men taking his body out, right? New conspiracy theory. Those guys killed him. Come on.
10 seconds to go.
There's no way you putting out surveillance footage proves
5
literally
seconds.
anything. There were people who took his body out. Okay, he was alive
Located a
until they
bomb.
went in
Make your way
and then
to its
found.
location
So
and
here's what
defuse it.
happens. Again, I'm not saying this is true. I'm saying if you want to release surveillance footage, see, look, nobody's.
Nice, dude. I wonder when I can kill people. Woo! Let's go. One tap. Wow, what a fucking faggot loser, bro. There's a guy down the stairs to the left. He was laying on the ground. Yeah, there he is. Should be him. Nice fucking piece of shit.
Stay close to me.
Must recover the diffuser.
There's another person. So, bro, what the fuck was that in, man?
Op 4 last stop standing.
You know, my triceps are so weak, and since I went to the gym today and worked triceps,
Op 4
they're
eliminated.
doing that shit where if I extend my arm, they fucking tighten up and shit. Fucking annoying. Boss cam per cockpit and maps.
My God.
He's in there. He was asked, "Is this footage of the cell?" No, it's footage of the surrounding areas where no one goes in or out. Okay, so they report that he killed himself, and Epstein's sitting there going, "What did you just say? I
ready
didn't
to
do that."
eliminate hostiles.
Then two paramedics come in and they go, crack their knuckles and say, "Looks like a suicide just happened." And then the medics bring out this body. I'm not saying it literally is what happened. My point is, if people don't believe, releasing the surveillance footage changes nothing.
Yeah, well, that's okay. This is kind of the whole point.
5 seconds
This
left.
is making it less believable that anything else happened than him killing, or that he got killed. Because it's like, okay, so you have video footage that could exonerate the FBI, one of the most doubted institutions in the entire United States government right now, after the last 4 years. Trump can either do two things.
Honestly, I think what you're doing is the right play on this hill. Because I think it's so poorly designed. I think what you're doing actually best for this map. Two guys, I think. Nice. I fucking lit him up, dude. There's a guy over here. All the way at the end.
Damn.
things. You can dissolve the agency
Friendly,
or
last operator
reform
standing.
the agency. So part of reforming it would be
last
fixing
stop
its
standing.
reputation. The first thing you'd want to do to fix someone's reputation is release all of the evidence that could exonerate the areas in which people doubt you. And the biggest one here is Epstein. So what does Trump's administration do?
He's
They-
right there.
and
Oh
I
my
know some
God, dude, this
information
guy's
that I don't wanna
blind.
say here,
All
but,
friendlies were
you know, they have a very interesting selection process for how they choose
Do you not see
influencers to come to the White House to then hold up notebooks like as if we were like
nothing in them.
with nothing in them.
So ridiculous.
And some of these people are very intelligent. Some of these people are lawyers, and some of them I'd call colleagues or maybe even old friends. They smile like they got some sort of like this like you know, Happy Meal toy that was rare that they finally found. It's like this is a list of people who were abused as children. This is not a look at what I got. This is America deserves to
Yeah.
know if there was a blackmail operation on the elite government officials and
Yo,
celebrities.
why
in
did
the
they
nation
call
that
a
are controlling
cockpit
narrative.
a cockpit, dog?
Because the people flying, not Jesus.
Damn, dog. Is that actually the reason?
If I don't know for sure, but if I had to think of a reason, that's probably the only thing I could come up with.
10 seconds remaining.
Loading new
5
magazine.
bomb located by Op 4.
Bro, what are these guys typing? It's like random words.
Stay clear of blast zone.
Invest in moon pig jumping. Like, I don't even know what that means.
Movement spotted.
Allah Akbar.
Op 4, last operator standing.
Fuck, man, I was so close. You just kill
Your
yourself.
location has been compromised.
I tried to kill a teammate, but
Lay the nest.
oh,
Reloading. Beauty's in place.
pistol right.
Friendly, last operator standing.
Wait, he doesn't have a grip on that gun?
Fifteen seconds left. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds left. All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
That's fucking.
Is Bacatero, is he on console?
Bacatero?
Yeah.
No.
Be ready to eliminate hostiles.
for some serious protection! Reinforce the wall!
Down to 10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Setting nitro cell.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Be ready for hostile action.
Tossing it.
This faggot's in the corner. Bro.
Nice. Nice. Oh my god.
Friendly operator remaining.
Cinedust frosting. No, loser. Fucking old.
Op 4, last stop standing. Mission
Damn,
failed.
dude, we
All
got
friendlies were
overslept.
eliminated.
And keeping people subjugated either under our rule, under Israel's rule. People want to know, was this Mossad, was it America, was it both? Was it another country involved in this? And instead they do that, and then to cover it all up, then they go, also, we have a video that doesn't exonerate anything, but I'm whiter than I was 2 videos ago, Dan Bongino. It's so weird.
You know what I love is how you get all these people, they're coming out and they're like, you know, rumors in the Beltway that Epstein was working with some Middle Eastern intelligence agency. And everyone's like, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Jordan, that
Jordan.
country, the Jordanians. They're always into that blackmail business. And then, by the way, also, faux pas in Israel, though. I was laughing because during all this going on, did you see that weird 60 Minutes interview with Mossad where they have the guy, you know, with his voice changed and he's got the mask on and like, while people are like contemplating this Epstein stuff and we're getting bad PR, Israel decides it's a good idea to put a Mossad agent on American television and goes, this is our entire, the world is our orchestra. We write the stories, we make up whatever we
That
want.
was wild.
We control everything. I'm like, oh, this is really bad timing PR. Especially with everybody saying that you guys control everything and that maybe the Epstein files, maybe this is related to Israel, to come out and say, we're literally behind everything. I feel like something's like really off here. Does anyone ever feel that? It feels like some sort of communication isn't going on well behind the back end.
On purpose.
That's what is this on purpose or are they not coordinating? Are they just stupid?
I don't think that they're stupid. I think in most well, I mean, actually I'm not sure.
You know,
say that.
no,
They are.
I think the way to break it down is it's not that powerful individuals are stupid. It's that it's really difficult to manage a large system. So you can have 10 ultra genius multi-billionaires conspiring to do something, but the job has to be handled by regular people. So if they want a cargo move from one country to the other, you can get the best of the best special, you know, contractors or whatever to do it. But down the line, those contractors got accountants. So you can have the cream of the crop flying the plane, and then the dude who worked at the airport failed to fuel it properly, or something bad happens. Maintaining these big systems, it's where you get those failure points, and then you end up with 60 Minutes or something, and someone goes, "What did you do? Why did you do it?" It's like, I thought that's what you want me to do.
Yeah, I thought you wanted me to go on American broadcast television with a scary voice changer and a mask and tell everyone that
Friendly drone
Israel
deployed.
controls
Op 4
the
is
global
reinforcing
narrative.
its
And, like,
location.
to me, that when something like that happens, I'm like, especially right now while the Trump administration is fighting anti-Semitism, you know, there's a lot of contention, both the right wing and the left wing, about, you know, these arguments of Jewish institutional power. To put something like that out while botching the Epstein files, like, can I ask you, Phil, this is a
10
genuine
seconds
question.
to insertion.
More is right within your reach. At Northeastern, you'll find more ways to
Why would Pam Bondi, why would Cash,
Your way to
why
its
would
location and defuse.
Bongino, who are very intelligent individuals do something like this unless there was some ulterior motive. Because, like, I don't think there's any way I could have, even according to a playbook, botched something like Epstein, which already was doubted. We already sat around and thought there was something hidden. And then the Trump administration tries to blow the lid off, and then they do this. You're going,
It's reinforced.
Launching drone.
The diffuser.
this makes it seem like there's something much deeper going on here.
We do have breaking news.
Oh, no.
Let's jump to this story. Literally, this is breaking just in the past hour or so. There's a press release from justice.gov. U.S. government employee arrested for attempting to provide classified information to foreign government. An IT specialist employed by the Defense Intelligence Agency was arrested today for attempting to transmit national defense information to an officer or agent of a foreign government. Nathan Villas Lash, 28 of Alexandria, Virginia, was arrested today in Northern Virginia and will make his initial court appearance in the Eastern District of Virginia tomorrow. According to court documents, Lash became a civilian employee of the DIA in 2019, where he works with the Insider Threat Division and holds top security clearance. In March of 25, the FBI commenced an operation to receive a tip that an individual now known to be Lash offered to provide classified information to a friendly foreign government. In that email, the sender wrote that he did not agree or align with the values of this administration and was therefore willing to share classified information that he had access to, including completed intelligence products, some unprocessed intelligence, and other assorted classified documentation. They're going to mention that they implemented an operation at a public park in Northern Virginia where Lash believed he would deposit the classified information for the foreign government to retrieve. On or about May 1st, FBI surveillance observed Lash proceed to the specified location and deposit an item.
Dr.
Following his departure, the
Eggman.
FBI retrieved the item, which was a thumb drive later found to contain messages from Lash and multiple typed documents, each containing information that was portion marked up to the secret or top secret levels. The message from Lash indicated that he had chosen to include a decent sample size of classified information to decently demonstrate the range of types of products to which he had access.
10 seconds before
This is
insertion.
sedition, and this is where it's
5 seconds
getting
to go.
particularly worrisome. Now we have some information. This is posted by Nick Sorter, saying that this
Located
is
a
the
bomb.
man.
Make your
I
way
don't know
to
for
its
sure if this is
location
the
and
image of the
defuse
guy
it.
or not, but this is what Nick Sorter has posted.
Dude.
Changing megs.
Swapping mags.
God, he's dead.
He's dead? Damn, dude.
Oh, damn, that's fucking sad, man.
Yo, take cover, dude.
Oh, it didn't let me deactivate for some reason. Maybe with that drone you can't deactivate.
He blatantly told these orders he doesn't, quote, agree or align with the values of this administration. Okay. Where are we nationally? What is this when you have hyperpolarization to the degree where holdover intelligence employees are intentionally giving away American secrets to hurt the Trump administration.
Such a fucking loser. Man.
Is this just standard old sedition that?
What do you say?
That I'm such a fucking loser, dude.
Down to one friendly. Seconds. Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Oh my god.
Happens?
So
Is it something more?
So I think that there's, if I understand correctly, there are attempts to spy on friendly countries from friendly countries all the time. It's very normal.
Oh.
This kind of stuff, though, someone, you know, an actual
Nice.
asset leaking top secret and secret information to a foreign government, even if it is a friendly government, that's exceedingly rare, if I understand correctly. Not like I'm some kind of insider that has, you know, inside knowledge, but all the stuff that I've heard, this is fairly unprecedented. It's not very common.
He was seeking citizenship in this country, which they're claiming was friendly. And the FBI ran this sting operation for about a month. He was transcribing pages of classified information and transmitting it. And they had a prearranged location to meet, and I guess they ended up arresting this guy. Is a criminal complaint.
What should the punishment be for somebody who does that? Like, just losing their job? Is that all that happened
No,
to
it's
this
sedition.
guy?
Yeah.
No, that's treason. This is sedition.
Well, no, but I would say no. He said.
All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
Down this orbital aim. Fuck, dude, they're fucking behind me.
Op 4, last operator standing.
The punishment, I would say.
Like, what should it be?
I would say, you know,
Should it
should. I go death. I mean, honestly, we should not. This is real sedition. Remember J6? They were trying to try people for sedition, but actually doing something that undermines the United States would be a great precursor if we could get tougher on this to maybe getting accountability for COVID. Because when people make decisions to either withhold, give information, manipulate information that itself leads to the suffering or death
Damn,
of
dog, we're
Americans,
fucking
or violates
chopped.
our rights, or undermines the core tenets of our society, the punishments need to be stricter. Because right now, Trump said he's going to come to the hotel, they're going to clean house, there'll be arrests, we were going to actually, dissolve entire departments in the FBI, in the intelligence agencies, and as of now, we have what? A potential 480p video of Epstein coming out? We don't have what they promised.
The issue is the lack of any kind of enforcement at all.
We need arrests, at least.
Right. So the issue is treason. The penalty is like 10 years in prison or death is the range. Sedition, I think, is like up to 10 years in prison or something.
But do you think I'm saying, would they even do the death penalty? That's my whole point of, like, it should be something, but would they even actually kill someone over it?
So
I don't think so either.
But let's clarify.
The administration.
Treason is adhering or providing aid to an active enemy in a time of war
Be ready to
or
engage, Op 4.
conflict. Sedition is what this guy did in actively trying to subvert or damage the government internally. This is the difference. The issue I'm seeing with all of it is you have Democrats that have broken the law, and we don't even arrest them. Case in point, when Kash Patel, he releases these
Get your
documents
armor.
to the GOP, and then just the other day, Grassley releases them declassified, and it turns out that Nellie Orr, wife of heavily involved in the Russiagate hoax, was found by the FBI to have lied to Congress and appears to have committed multiple felonies. They said she outright did. No prosecution under Bill Barr. They don't even give them a slap on the wrist. They don't even give them a $50 ticket. Come on. They've arrested. So I will say this. Kash Patel and Dan Bongino have talked about how they found new documents. They've released these things. It appears like Comey's FBI was trying to hide this stuff. This guy, right. So the issue is treason. The penalty is like 10 years in prison or death.
Changing mags. Swapping mags.
Nice, dude. This guy's so good.
You're exposed.
Swapping mags.
One op 4 remaining.
What a fucking loser, bro.
Friendly, last operator standing. Mission failed.
Damn, dude, we
All friendlies
lost.
neutralized.
Why did we stop?
Sedition, I think, is like up to 10 years in prison or something.
I'm saying, would they even do the death penalty? That's my whole point of like, it should be something, but would they even actually?
Yo,
put something-
report
So but
Dr. Eggman.
Why?
Support him.
But let's clarify.
The administration.
Treason is adhering or providing aid to an active enemy in a time of war or conflict. Sedition is what this guy did in actively trying to subvert or damage the government internally. This is the difference. The issue I'm seeing with all of it is you have Democrats that have broken the law, and we don't even arrest them. Case in point, when Kash Patel, he releases these documents to the GOP, and then just the other day, Grassley releases them
Anything new in
declassified. and
Politics.
Nothing too important that I can think of. Damn, dog, it's Dr. Eggman.
Fuck, he's on the other team. Yeah.
Yo, dog, how do I get my right scapula to come down like an inch or two? Do you know?
Friendly drone deployed. Op 4 is
Oh,
reinforcing
stretch your
its
trap
location.
I guess, I don't know.
Like, I'm assuming it has to be an exercise that strengthens the muscles on the bottom so it can
To
pull
make it go down.
Yeah.
10 seconds before insertion.
Bots.
5 seconds to go. Proceed to bomb's location and defuse it.
Reloading. Deploying a drone. RCE Latero out.
Swap.
Latero anchored.
Recover the diffuser.
Bro, this guy's running and shooting. What the fuck? How is he moving that fast?
Turns out that Nellie Orr, wife of Bruce Orr, heavily involved in the Russiagate hoax, was found by the FBI to have lied to Congress and appears to have committed multiple felonies. They said she outright did. No prosecution under Bill Barr. They don't even give them a slap on the wrist. They don't even give them a... And
Oh, fuck.
appears to have committed
That's
multiple
bitch.
felonies. They said she outright did. Orr, wife of Bruce Orr, heavily involved in the Russiagate hoax, was found by the FBI to have lied to Congress and appears to have committed multiple felonies. They said she outright did. No prosecution under Bill Barr. They don't even give them a slap on the wrist. They don't even give them a $50 ticket. Come on. They've arrested. So I will say this. Cash Patel and Dan Bongino have talked about how they found
Diffuser is
new
now
documents.
secured.
They've released these things. It appears like Comey's FBI was trying to hide this stuff. This guy was clearly anti-Trump and still is. This arrest is just the beginning. They're releasing these documents on Nellie Orr, hopefully just the beginning, and we begin to see arrests and legitimate criminal indictments and prison time.
But do you legitimately think that's
15
going to
seconds
happen?
left.
Well, I would say there's a decent probability right now, based on the fact
10
that they
seconds.
literally announced they arrested an intelligence officer who was leaking information, and they published documents implicating Nellie Orr. So this is a great start a few months in to cash in Dan's tenure at the FBI. I'm not going to sit here and claim I feel with 100% confidence they're going to do it. I'm skeptical. But so far, indications are good. After what, 2.5 months or whatever, how long has Cash and Dan been in? We're seeing the release of documents. Did you see what Cash Patel said to, who was it, Brett Baer? Comey is responsible for the largest criminal conspiracy in this country. You can't just say that as the head of the FBI. That's a bold statement. Cash, I think
Friendly
he's out
drone
for
deployed.
some real
Op 4 is
retribution and
reinforcing
accountability.
its location.
I hope he gets it. I hope we get it.
So this is technically espionage, and because by the definition, and the punishment for espionage is death or imprisonment for any term of years or for life.
Let's go.
So
But hold on.
and Donald
10
Trump did
seconds.
reinstate the death penalty federally. The federal death
So,
penalty had been.
is he gonna die?
5 seconds.
I can't see the future, but it's possible. Like if he's found,
You found a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse
They
it.
have Capcom.
The diffuser is no longer in your possession. The diffuser is now secured.
Nice. That looked fucking retarded. There's definitely someone around us. Yeah,
Oh,
top
he's
stairs.
upstairs.
Reloading.
I hit him like 3 times, bro. Like,
Reload!
Fucking fag.
Breach charge ready. Death.
Oh, someone's dropping down, I think. Never mind. That's a good stun, dude.
nice.
You kill him?
Yeah, dude, I killed him.
Nice. Oh yeah, that was really good too. Definitely hit him.
Whoa.
RCE going out.
Fucking lagging, dog.
Mobile charge lost. Sending out some.
I'm guilty and
To that, like,
So, no, hold on. I don't believe you're correct. I don't believe you're correct in the literal codified
you don't think it
criminal penalties of what espionage is. I'm pretty sure
One
this
friendly
is going to
operator
require
remaining.
adherence to an enemy in a time of war.
for espionage?
Yeah.
No, that for treason and for sedition. Treason is to help
The
an
diffuser has been
enemy in a
recovered.
time of war.
You must recover the
Sedition is to try to
diffuser. All
overthrow the
friendlies have been
government.
eliminated.
But espionage is to punish.
Yo, why'd you have to die to a fucking Capcan trap,
Under
dog?
18 USC Chapter 37, anyone who communicates, delivers, or transmits information related to the national defense to a foreign entity can be punished by death or
Answer my
imprisonment for
fucking
any term of years
question,
or for
dog.
life.
That's what Chads do, dog.
Destroying all of our team gadgets.
So, I'm not exactly sure the products that he was.
How is that not espionage? I'm confused.
So,
that's-
say first, under the Espionage Act, it has to be
You ready
national
to
defense
engage Op 4?
information, which is a question we have about what this guy's being charged with. This is important. Let me check to see if they're announcing what the charge is.
Changing megs.
Just classified documents to a foreign country. They don't mention whether it's national security information, but I think you can argue that all classified information would be national security information if it's classified. So it is gathering or delivering defense information
5 seconds
to
left.
aid foreign governments. 18 U.S. Code, Chapter 37, espionage. and such.
Yo, he's gonna shoot you. He thinks it's you.
Whoever with intent
Oh
or
my
reason
God,
to
dude.
believe that it is to be used to the injury of the United States or to the advantage of a foreign nation communicates, delivers, or transmits, or attempts to communicate, deliver, or transmit to any foreign government, or to any faction or party or military or naval force of a foreign country, whether recognized
Yo,
or
stop
unrecognized
trolling.
by the U.S., or to any representative, officer, agent, employee, subject, or citizen thereof, either directly or
He pointed the cameras up, dude. Seriously?
What?
You fucking pointed your cameras up, dude. That's funny.
Op 4 last man standing.
What a fucking loser piece
Nice.
of fucking shit, dude.
You talking to yourself, dude?
Yeah, dude, for sure.
or indirectly any document, writing, code, book, signal book, sketch, photograph, photographic negative, blueprint, plan, map, model, note, instrument, appliance, or information
friendly remaining.
related to the national defense shall be punished by death or by imprisonment
I lose
for
because of
any
you
term
again,
of
dude.
years or for life, except
4
that
Down,
the sentence
dude.
of death shall not be
Successful.
imposed unless the jury, or if there is no jury, court, further finds the offense resulted in the identification by a foreign power. Let's see.
Yo, protect me,
There's
dude.
a parentheses. I don't. Okay. As defined in Section 010A of the Foreign Intelligence Act, it says Okay, let me try that again. Further finds the offense resulted in identification by a foreign power of an individual acting as an agent of the United States and consequently in the death of that individual, or directly concerned nuclear weaponry, military spacecraft or satellites, early warning system, or other means of
Wait, that guy
defense
left, right?
or
The guy that
retaliation
you
against
trolled?
large-scale attacks, war plans, communications, intelligence,
to engage
or
Op 4.
cryptographic information, or any other major weapon system or major element of defense strategy. So the reason why I said, I'm going to split the baby on this one. You were correct largely in the general. This is espionage. You were right. But the reason why I thought that was not correct is because the death penalty is almost exclusive, like entirely in law, when you aid and abet a foreign adversary. So the fact that it says whether you're giving away nuclear war plans, means of large, early warning systems, or giving information related to an agent of America who dies, these are very extreme and specific cases where someone gets death penalty.
Yeah,
So this doesn't appear to be that.
no, they have. Well, they have the
Hold
option
on,
of prison,
let's see if
for
this guy
any term of years or for life. So it's not not necessarily, or it's not necessarily that they're going to seek death penalty. It's an option. It is a capital offense.
And
but
they may make the arguments depending on what this information is. Yeah. So it's not out of the question.
Yeah, but my question is this: okay, you see Trump being stonewalled by these liberal judges all across the country with every move he makes, right? Even Elon Musk resigned from government because of his doge
Actually
cuts
walk
with the
through it.
economy.
time was up as well. He's only 130.
Swapping mags!
Get down.
Nice.
One friendly operator remaining.
Oh my god, what a fucking loser,
All
bro.
friendlies were eliminated.
Awesome because of you, dude.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying he left, let's just say, without having codifying his cuts into law because Republicans worked against him. In the end, the machine keeps winning. Okay, so we know Trump had a first term.
Yeah, what
He
would
said he
you
would drain the
do
swamp. He didn't.
if you were a police officer and all you have is like your side pistol or whatever, right? You're responding to like a fucking terrorist attack and they got like fucking AK-47s and you're outside of like the fucking building where they're in, and then there's a bunch of fucking civvies telling you, stop being a pussy, go inside, you're supposed to save those lives. Oh, you guys, your pistol, what are you doing?
And what am I running into?
You're running into a guy who's armed with machine guns, body armor, and all you got is your Kevlar and pistol. And people are
I'm waiting
recording
I'm
you.
at least waiting for backup.
You're being recorded, and it's
Okay,
quite
so-
possible that after everything handled, you're gonna be not only fired but charged and go to jail as well.
So either I don't go in and the guy's still at large with his machine guns, or I go in, get shot, get insta-killed, he's still at large with his machine guns. Either way, it's chalked.
So what are you choosing?
No, I'm not going in.
He had his second term. Used to not be able to say that it was
Oh,
a
you-
election.
you,
Now you can say maybe it was.
You think
Who cares? He lost.
those cops
whether it was fair or not,
at
he lost.
what
Now
is
he has
it,
his third
that
term.
Texas
He wins,
school
and
shooting?
he's here, and everything he's doing, he's sort
Well,
of just
for
being
They did the
pushed
right
into
thing.
every corner.
No, for one, there were like how many of them? Multiple. In this scenario, there's me.
Yeah, I'm a dog. They're waiting for dog.
Yeah, well, when you have 10 or more,
They're waiting for the
officers, you don't
shield
need-
dog
you
while
don't
those
need
kids
backup.
were screaming.
Be ready to eliminate hostiles.
Explosive ordnance is ready.
to engage.
Damn. Yeah, so what should the police done at the Texas school, dog?
Gone and shot the person with like your fucking 12 fucking officers? Yo, how is everyone dead?
Mission failed. All friendlies have
What
been
if you were
neutralized.
there and they're like, okay, you go in first? Nice.
I'd say,
Nice.
how many kids do you have? And they'd say 3, and I'd say, okay, well, I don't even have any yet, so my bloodline ain't ending here.
No, what if they're all like kids?
What?
Wait, so say it again. Say it again.
I'd say, how many kids do you have? And then let's say they say 3. I say, well, my bloodline ain't ending right now.
What if they're all like, well,
Say it again.
what if they're like, oh, we don't have.
Yeah, same thing. I can go first.
And what if they're like, no.
10 seconds.
Oh, well, I guess that's how it works.
5 seconds left.
That's how no one goes.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Get ready.
Dude, I saw that. It fell right back. So you're gonna let the kids die then, is what you're saying? Because you don't want to go in first. You guys gonna get killed.
Op 4
Oh,
last
God,
stop
you can't
standing.
fucking peek him, dog.
Swapping mags.
Get bombs right here, dog.
Op 4 eliminated.
What?
Mission successful.
He suicided.
He shot at me and then he fell off. I was staring right at him. He just shot me.
What if the officers give you some extra ammo and like a flimsy shield, and they're like, "All right, you got to go first now."
Nice. That's definitely gonna make me want to go in now.
You're seeing there's the deep state undermining in the FBI. When,
What if,
and I say this to Trump, to Bongino, when
after
people would
the
realize
terrorists
they
dealt
might-
with,
Reinforcing its location.
they do an investigation, they find you on camera refusing to go in.
I'll tell them why.
Yeah, what are you gonna tell them?
That they wanted to use me as bait.
They're gonna say no. We provide
10
Officer
seconds to go.
Bondi with the proper equipment, and he refused to
Insertion in
perform his
5
duty
seconds.
and save those children.
With a piece of
And then
paper
all
and
the
a
parents-
fucking, and a fucking
Proceed to bomb's location and
spitball.
defuse it.
All the parents are gonna go against you. You're gonna end up in like work. You're gonna get fired, and then you're gonna go to jail. Though. All because of what, dog? Couldn't fucking do your goddamn duty.
Reloading ammo. Leveling.
trying to, you know, do the bare minimum is going to impact this country. If you don't make an example of some of these people, they raided your house, Trump. Like, they went and raided your home over papers.
So
you gotta go
Diffuser
extreme
is no
mode on
longer
these
in your
guys.
possession.
I agree with
Arrest them.
One
Yeah.
friendly
Listen,
operator
put them in
remaining.
jail. Find out what the maximum penalty is. Tell the public we are going to explore the harshest penalties under legal written word, and whatever that is, we are going to slam the law
Was that
down.
3
and we're
people or
gonna
2
lay down
people
the
lined
book.
up?
And you know what? Anybody else that's going to do this, we are going to come after
There are
you.
2 people.
We're going to, as Congress, try to rewrite some of our laws so that we can handle this treason in our government.
I want to be legally careful. Treason is adhering to an enemy. Sedition is trying to overthrow
I'm
or
saying,
undermine the
but
government.
if we're able to rewrite some laws, redefine.
Yeah,
it
what
a
if
little bit.
we're
Right now,
you
we
and
work
I
with
are the
government.
breachers
We have to
in that kind
government.
of situation?
point-
So we
my
both
point
have
is
shields.
not that we shouldn't have harsh penalties.
And like I don't know, I guess
Drone
like
deployed. Op 4
during the
is
breach,
reinforcing its
I fucking
location.
lose my shield, and you see it, and then you see me pick up one of the kids and use him as a shield.
Damn, dude.
And we get the terrorists, and then
10 seconds
it all works out, except for that kid. And you're the only one who saw it.
5 seconds to
What
go.
would you do?
You found a bomb. Make your way to its location. and defuse
Well,
it.
I don't know. Not sure if I say anything, they'll be like, hey, why did you allow that to happen?
Yeah, because I'm a
Blast area!
you're white, so you'd be held responsible, dog. Whoa. Oh, whoa.
That guy got diarrhea.
Nice, dude.
Those fucking lasers make it so you can't even see the person.
It's that treason is defined
Wow,
as adhering to an
that was
enemy in time of
horseshit.
war. And a lot of people say they're traitors, but traitors to who? It's
Friendly,
a
last operator
seditious
standing.
conspiracy, which is it's as bad. It's just
Op
different.
4
right?
eliminated
It's like-
all
should be
friendly.
met with death too. I'm saying my point is that these people are getting away with it because they can. Like that's the problem. It's like you told them there's not a lot of penalties. It's the same thing that happens with these like cashless bail laws or whatever that
Yeah, why
happens
did
in
we lose,
New York or
dog?
whatever. If you start letting criminals
You're
go,
a
or in
fucking
California,
faggot
if you stop
0-3.
penalizing people for shoplifting, unfortunately, criminals are going to be criminals. So when you tell real criminals in our government, you might go to jail for 5 years for undermining the government. It not only tells people that it's like not a very serious crime, but why even spend time going after these people if you're in the government or trying to clean it up? They don't get punished.
I don't think the death penalty is a deterrent for these people.
Let's see them executed on live TV by the state and see if people.
We're not. What the fuck? Ram is South Korean.
Start.
No, this
Who?
is look.
Ram.
With all due respect, I think that's an emotional request that doesn't actually strike at the core of what's wrong with this country. They revel in their
assault
arrests. They
a
revel in
Korea.
their punishment. Many of these people are nihilists who, that's their path to immortality, martyrdom. They would seek that intentionally. I don't think that actually deals with the issue. There's actually a simple solution. We arrest them under existing codified law and put them away, and they can't run again. They're out of the system. They're no longer in politics. Case closed. if you give them a path towards martyrdom, many of these younger people, they intentionally seek out these circumstances. So
Damn, dude, you
have
can
to
kill
be careful
people.
about. I'll put it this way. Do you know why the deep state doesn't assassinate people anymore?
Holy fuck.
They assassinate people anymore?
Sometimes, but not as often as they used to.
Okay, why?
Because it immortalizes their ideology. And so they go for what the intelligence agencies try to do now is character assassination. Really great example is Julian Assange. What did they do to Julian Assange? Hillary Clinton said, "Can't we drone this guy?" They didn't. They accused him of rape, which was a lie. He wasn't even charged with it. And they ran stories throughout the press that he was a molester and rapist,
Be ready to eliminate
trying to
hostiles.
destroy his legacy.
Who else do you think they're doing that to?
I don't know. I mean, they accused Trump of being a rapist. They fabricated a fake case.
What about Andrew Tate? Do you think they're doing that to him, or do you think that?
Andrew Tate admitted to saying a lot of things that he said and doing a lot of things that he's done. Not that every claim they've made against him is true, but the dude was basically like
Down
a
to
digital
10
online
seconds.
pimp, I guess.
That's not legal though. I mean, like, you know, Jack Doherty's also a legal pimp. You know what I mean? And I would like to see him
But
locked up, too, for just
Op
being
4
a
has
little bit.
found
The Andrew Tate
biohazard
thing
container.
is a
They
sharp
will-
contrast.
Deploying welcome mat.
Damn, dude, that's a nice fucking map on this game.
Op 4 has spotted the
Nice.
Yeah, at least I got it going.
friendly. Last operator standing. Op 4 is securing the biohazard container. The container. Stop the hostiles from securing the biohazard container. One Op 4 remaining. All friendlies were eliminated. Mission
And
failure.
if she didn't kill me, we would have won.
Yeah.
Why the fuck these losers kill?
Be ready to eliminate hostiles.
Changing mags!
Damn, dude.
Op 4 drone located the biohazard container. 10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left.
Use it if you want.
Op 4 has located the biohazard container.
Organizado. Vulcans in position.
Oh man, shit never gets old.
I might have to take a shit again. Holy fuck.
Nice.
Dude, it like makes it harder to breathe,
What?
bro.
It makes it harder to breathe.
Dude, how am I not hitting him in the head?
Because you gotta take a shit, dude.
Probably.
One friendly remaining.
But the dude was basically like a digital online pimp, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's not illegal though. I mean, like, you know, Jack Doherty is also a legal pimp. You know what I mean? And I would like to see him
But
locked up, too,
I-
for just being a little bitch.
The Andrew Tate thing is a sharp
It is
contrast.
interfering with your body.
Andrew
Us,
Tate actually was, I guess, I don't know, was a digital pimp. Like, he was running these women's social media accounts.
Yeah, but they're charging him with rape.
He was also.
That is
My
different.
point is,
We're
I
eliminated.
literally don't
Mission
care.
failure.
Like, Andrew Tate is meaningless. Donald Trump is the president, and they falsely accuse him of rape.
No, but we're having a conversation about
Join
the deep
me,
state
dog.
using lawfare
My
against people.
troll. It will relieve your discomfort.
drone deployed. Op 4 is reinforcing its location.
Dude, I could fucking tell just by the sound of another drone near me
What, dog?
that it was you.
10
Why,
seconds.
dog? I'm just trying to fucking follow. Oh.
Insertion in 5 seconds. Location of biohazard container unknown. Clear to engage.
Swapping mags!
No, wait, is that still dog?
Are you serious? Fuck this game, dude.
Fuck.
Reload.
Sabotaging their reputation to come after.
Biohazard container located.
And what significance is Andrew Tate in terms of our existing
Well,
infrastructure?
he has political influence.
Check this out. It's gonna melt faces.
He's woken up young men. Like, I would say young men feel emboldened to fight the gynocracy because of Andrew Tate clips on TikTok and on Snapchat and Instagram. And I think that you see the UK creating entire curriculum in their schools to try to fight the Taterization, they called it, of their youth. Young men who are becoming misogynistic, they want to keep men docile, right? They fight against their testosterone levels. They don't want you realizing that the world wasn't always run by the vagina, right? They don't want you to know that. So with Tate, again, I do think there's lawfare, and I don't want to talk about him too much, but I do think that's a clear sign of lawfare, meaning, once again, maybe he did do some questionable things. Maybe there's some gray areas where it's like, hey, maybe that was something, non-consensual, but they don't come after you, or they don't put the law down on you until they see you as a threat. So, like, they all have skeletons
Yeah,
in
same
their
with
closet.
Russell
and
Brand.
they only enforce the law when you
Damn,
come against
dude.
them.
Russell Brand is also another point, and
Conor McGregor.
the issue with Andrew Tate, in my opinion, is that this one's not as easy to point out as they're clearly lying, like Julian Assange.
Yeah.
Julian Assange running WikiLeaks, exposing the U.S. Apache helicopter blowing up journalists in the Middle East. How do we deal with this guy? Hillary Clinton's a
Drone
drone
deployed.
man.
Op 4
No,
is
you can't. He's
reinforcing
in
its
London.
location.
So what do? They create some ludicrous story about him. I think the story was that he was with a woman, the condom broke. She wanted him to get an STD test, and so the media ran a story. He raped her, which is just never the case. If they actually tried to stop him from doing his job, they'd immortalize him. They'd create 10,000 new
Insertion in 10 seconds.
Julian Assanges, and they learned that throughout the history of the assassinations they took in the
5
modern
seconds.
era. We'll just leave it at that. Today, look what they do to
Nicely done. The biohazard container has been located. Proceed to the biohazard container and secure it.
Reload!
Deploying breach shot.
Put a charge on the door to open it. Nice, dude.
Secure the room. Protect the bio container. Cease securing the room.
Hurry up, dog.
Hostile activity. Neutralize the threat. Op 4 neutralized. Mission successful.
Damn, dog. The guy wouldn't open the fucking window.
Nice, dude. You gonna shit yourself again?
No, it subsided. It's not there anymore.
Oh, nice, dude. It's not there anymore.
Feels so much better. I was about to sweat too.
Bro, it's just gonna come back in like fucking 30 minutes, dude.
I don't know.
Watch, you're gonna fart and then you're gonna
Drone
accidentally
deployed.
shit yourself,
Op
dude.
4 is reinforcing its location.
Yeah, just because that happens doesn't mean I'm gonna go shit. I usually wait until.
Shit yourself,
my
you
body
fucking
absorbs
piece
the
of shit.
water.
Nice, dude.
10 seconds.
Oh, dog, I'm in Jurassic
5 seconds.
Park. Dog.
Biohazard container location.
COD Champs
unknown.
is
Find the
actually in
biohazard
Kitchener
container.
this year. Not sure why it's not in Toronto.
Biohazard container
Wait,
location.
say it again?
COD Champs, like the big tournament, is in Kitchener
Oh.
this year.
Is your team playing or whatever?
Yep.
Yeah,
We got in 7th. They were in 7th place.
must be so. Ah.
Threat is neutralized. Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
Trump. They did a little bit. I mean, I don't know who tried to kill Donald Trump the first time, but Dan Bongino saying there's no there there, I don't find credible.
Oh, dog, why did we
But,
win,
just wrap up, so
dog?
Because your boy went 1-3.
Somebody was flashing.
Yeah, they did a really good job too, dude.
Ugh.
And I'll be back. I need to go get a drink and a piece of.
Nah, you're gonna fucking take a
cheesecake.
shit, dude.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Ugh.
Friendly drone deployed. Op 4 is reinforcing its location. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it. The diffuser is no longer in your possession. One friendly operator remaining.
Your dog, you there?
Yep.
What happened? You left?
Yeah.
Why, dog?
Da, 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 da. Dog, I want to see Hogwarts, dog.
All
You be
friendlies
fucking
have
gay?
been eliminated.
Nice, dude. He doesn't fucking talk now. He became a mute all of a sudden.
Nice, dude.
Fucking retard, dude. Fucking speak.
Because we do have to jump to the next story. My point is largely, character assassination is the main play they take now because death is not a deterrent for people seeking immortality.
But isn't that what they? I'm just saying, isn't that what they do with anyone? Like even Nick
Get
Fuentes,
troll
I feel
dog.
like I see a lot of people making a lot of really ludicrous claims about his character or he's gay or like that whole like Destiny
Still have cheesecake
thing or whatever. Which
No,
that was,
Destiny.
or yeah, but I
What do you mean still? I
Deterrent
just
for
bought
people seeking
the piece
immortality.
Didn't you have cheesecake like a couple days ago?
Yeah. When I go to the gym, I buy a piece.
Oh.
10 seconds.
What kind?
The one with
5 seconds.
caramel, dark chocolate, and brownies.
You found a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Ruin a cheesecake, dude. Left.
Cover me, reloading.
Get in there, boy! Get in there! Hey, no, you get in there. You got the shield, boy. Alright, fine, whatever.
Nothing to worry. Don't have what I need. Got eyes on. Time to make a new deal.
Oh.
Op 4 last stop standing.
Plant, bro, plant. I cover you, plant.
He's not gonna plant, he's trolling. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!
Proud of yourself?
Friendly last operator standing. Op 4 eliminated.
These guys suck, man.
Yo, you heard that guy scream, right?
Yeah.
And you still trolled, dude.
Why does it matter?
I don't know, dude. How does that make you feel?
Doesn't.
Dirty, dirty boss.
Be ready to engage Op 4.
New feed up and running.
Yeah.
10 seconds. Insertion. 5 seconds.
Whoa.
Bomb located by Op 4.
Other one.
Reloading! Cover me!
What would you do if you found out your family was related to Brigitte Macron?
Was what?
What would you do if your family was related to Brigitte Macron?
Who's that? The guy?
Yeah.
Stay far away.
What if you found out she's coming over to your house to visit, or he is coming over to your house to visit?
1 Op 4 remaining.
Making sure my door's not able to be opened.
Friendly's victorious.
Yes, dude.
Hostiles eliminated.
And I'm questioning whoever is allowing her to get in our house.
Your mom and your dad are allowing them.
Yeah, I guess I gotta leave.
What if when they get there, your dad forces open your door and makes you hug her?
I'm taking a shower.
What if when you try to go to the shower, he's in there
Be ready to eliminate hostiles.
and you see a fucking dick hanging between her
And then I'm
legs?
calling the police.
What if she builds like the best Lego jet you've ever seen in your life?
10 seconds.
Would you accept it?
Counting.
Loading knife.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Ready for hostile action.
I'm out! Gotta reload!
Camera in position.
No, 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 no.
New feed active.
fucking
Yo,
idiot.
dog, can I ask you a question?
You have been spotted by
I mean,
hostiles.
can you ask
Fall
me
back.
2 questions? Because that's already a question. But yeah, go on.
As a white person, dog, do you got black fatigue?
What does that even mean?
Reloading!
Look it up, dog.
You don't know?
What do you think it means?
Tired of black people? I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Mission failed. All friendlies
Sorry,
were
mate.
eliminated.
Sorry, guys.
You fuck everything up! Everything!
Friendly drone deployed. Op 4 is reinforcing its location. Seconds before insertion. 5 seconds to insertion. The bomb's location and defuse it.
Reloading! Changing mag.
Incoming adrenaline boost.
Swapping mags.
Stay close to me.
Loading mag.
Adrenaline surge incoming.
Op 4 last stop standing.
I have you covered.
Op 4 neutralized. Mission successful.
Their team fucking sucked.
But isn't that what they? I'm just saying, isn't that what they do with anyone? Like even Nick Fuentes, I feel like I see a lot of people making a lot of really ludicrous claims about his character, or he's gay, or like that whole like Destiny suck Destiny's dick thing or whatever. Which
No,
was-
Destiny.
or yeah, but that's false. And it's like, that was all going on. I'm going,
sure?
what is the relevance of this? Like, and it's like, well, you just don't like what he's saying about women or about Israel, and so you're kind of like calling him gay, which is like a high school thing. It's like, oh, you're gay or whatever.
Because they're targeting young men.
Well, yeah, but I'm like, I mean, he's a good example. A lot of these people, whether you agree with them or not, I know you guys don't, necessarily get along, where you guys are neutral, but it's like, I do start to wonder, like, I don't have any ties to Russell. Even with Tate, like, I kind of.
You want me to play Minecraft?
I think a lot of what he did.
Your dog, you there?
It was reprehensible, but you do start to feel a little bit of a heart for people who are victims of this maybe CIA-led deep state lawfare assassination of character. Like, you know, just because I disagree with you, or I think you've made some immoral choices, or maybe, you know, you might be more extreme than me, I feel like we've got to start defending more people, and what we're seeing is that these character assassinations don't work. Like, Tate still has his following, and is still popular. Fuentes isn't going anywhere, despite what they say about him. Like, I don't know if that whole plan that they had works anymore, because everyone's just like, look, we've heard it all before. If you fight the system, they're going to make accusations. It's all over.
This is my point. When a thought leader in some capacity is killed, then you create a legacy and you immortalize them. This was who was it? Was it Aristotle? Who's the guy who ate the berries? They were like, pay a fine or die, and he was like, I'll die. Socrates. Yeah. You know, he was like, I'll take immortality. I'll die, and they're like, oh crap. Yeah. So you know, my point is,
I'll be
the
back.
first thing that needs to happen before anybody jumps to change the law, Congress needs to take action, 'cause that's never going to happen, is, hey, it's already illegal. Let's just, you know, enforce the law that we have on the books right now that's been neglected by...
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
And bullshit music is this, dog?
The fuck's up with your shitting, Doug?
Did your shit go away, dog?
Yeah, I said it did.
Where'd it go, dog?
on Monday.
Are you there?
Hungry now?
Yo, dog, you there?
Also saying no.
What?
Have you seen that video where the guy's in a police chase? He crashes his car, gets out, and tries to walk across the street like he's a pedestrian.
What?
He's in a police chase. He actually hits a police officer, and the police officer's on his hood. He crashes, gets out of the car, crosses the street like a normal person. It's on video.
Where does this happen?
I think it's somewhere in Florida, maybe Miami.
No, I can't say.
Your dog, how has the office been, dog?
How's the office been? What, at the bank job?
Yeah.
It's been pretty much the same. Why?
Just wondering. Nothing of note?
No, not really, no.
Is it even less social than before?
Yeah, maybe, I guess.
do you mind if I play the racing game?
No, I don't mind.
Damn, dog, we're about to fucking bang some gears. Saving quick. Welcome to my dream.
How is it that such small dogs can eat faster than humans?
Well, they swallow their food mostly. Like dogs swallow their food pretty much. Basically, compare dogs to competitive eaters, where they just shove it and they don't even chew it. Because we're a lot of the time we're eating for enjoyment. They're eating because they don't know when their next meal will be. So they're assuming someone or something is gonna take it, or that it's just gonna magically disappear.
He cares about.
Like they can eat a fucking steak for a couple seconds, man.
Yeah.
Yo, dog, why don't we eat that way, dog?
Yeah, dog, have you seen Daisy Ridley's booty pics?
Wait, say it again? What about Daisy Ridley?
Have you seen her booty pics?
He does. Well, yeah.
So you character
No.
to ride it?
No.
Cares enough so much he's not gonna finish it.
Not bad.
It's such like a bullshit. We'll get to it when we get to it, but it's such a bullshit thing. That's like a straw man.
They got, like,
Nobody's
leaked or
really
something?
saying that he doesn't care about it.
They're not.
We're saying
she's
that
not, like, fully new.
you're doing all of this other stuff instead of that. That doesn't mean that we don't think you care
or
about
some
that
shit.
story. It's a multitude of things. You can't write it right now. It's so fucked up you can't write it. You are scared of writing it because you're scared of the reaction from people. There's so many possibilities and what we think are the reasons this isn't written yet, beyond just you don't care about this. Like, he cares a lot about it. He cares about his legacy, which is probably why he's never gonna.
I thought ice and fire is what you put on when you pull a muscle.
Might as well be now.
I
Shaq
ba-
told me that's icy hot.
Oh,
I bathe in it.
roll it on.
Bathed in it,
Found
molded
him.
by it.
I didn't know one of us
There's that. There's the great Hollywood breakup, which I got some very interesting news today from some directors that we'll go over. We'll discuss that. The Harry Potter casting happened this week. I'm sure we have a couple things to say about that. There's also reshoots going on in a Marvel movie, so that's just a day of the week.
And a DC movie.
And a DC movie.
That's also getting reshoots?
Supposedly.
Is that confirmed? They're not reshoots. They're just extra scenes.
Well, it's being
It's extra scenes that are replacing other scenes. I get it.
1,000%. It was confirmed months ago by James Gunn.
And they
were doing additional stuff, even though James Gunn never does reshoots.
And he's the director of the film.
I think so.
Is he? For some of it.
I've heard rumors that he's either the director, the producer, the star. I thought he was cinematographer.
Superman is the director, James Gunn is the movie.
There you go.
Thank you.
James Gunn is being released. Superman's James Gunn. So
Anyway.
It's just James Gunn saying, can you please make this take more money than Zack Snyder's movie? I'm very insecure about it. Thank you.
what did you guys think about Chris McClory's comments about what his Superman movie is going to be? Getting all the details of it. You know, with the opening line and all that. Or the opening, the opening though, we heard about the opening and what the opening was going to be. I've never heard that. Like what he wanted the first 15 minutes to be to set the tone, like up and all of that.
I don't think we've ever heard Chris specifically talk about it before, but a lot of his stuff for like Man of Steel 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because hearing, but hearing him talk
yeah,
about
it's the first time he got an opportunity really to talk about it and go into any details.
Yeah. And I just think
Henry
the timing
Cavill really wanted to do it.
The timing of those comments, I just think it's good for this movie doesn't it's not a great song. All you're gonna hear about is Snyder, bring back Henry Cavill. No, I agree. But that's all you're gonna hear. Shout out to Zach, good friend of mine. Probably for the people that are already saying associated.
Look, if this movie makes, I don't know, $650 million in the box office and doesn't do better than Man of Steel,
Fucking undershow is insane.
I 100% that stuff's gonna be out there.
I mean, it's gonna be out there regardless because me can make $2 billion and the Snyder fucking fans are gonna be crying for Snyder to come back. We know that. But
I'm talking about normal everyday people.
I know, but what I'm saying though is if this movie does not, like you said, if it doesn't even match Man of Steel's numbers, I mean the intensity around that discussion is going to be massive, and they're not going to have anything to fall back on.
It's not just going to be Snyder Bros. If it doesn't meet Man of Steel's numbers, everybody's going to be all over that.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody, absolutely everybody.
Compensate for inflation. It needs to
And
do
we
over
will talk
900
about that. We will also talk about some Doctor Who. Just getting I wanted to start out here. Yeah. I've completely turned around on something I've heavily criticized for years.
You're gay.
That something. Doctor Who. No.
Female doctor.
Garrett, if you can see my computer screen right there. I've completely changed my mind. So has Jeremy. So have many other people. Robot Head. We're all for the Ray movie now. We absolutely.
Perhaps we treated her too harshly.
We're all absolutely for the Ray movie. I want this to happen. I am sorry. I'm so sorry.
I questioned the title of Rise of Skywalker. I totally get it now.
It makes sense.
I understand the term Rise.
It makes sense.
Rise of DJ Cobra.
Please forgive us, Daisy.
Yo, dog, you there?
I would like to say for the first.
Those pics put a new meaning on your Ray movie.
Fuck, dude. They better do a fucking nude scene with her, dude.
Wow, that sounds fucking super realistic. Holy shit.
First time ever on the internet. I love The Last Jedi.
I can't believe he's had this ass this whole time. And this is
Gee,
the
I
first
know.
we're seeing it.
That Mary Sue has a great ass.
Why didn't she bust these pictures out when people were criticizing her? Why wait till
Dude.
now?
Yes.
Because there's a tide shift, that's why.
I think this is a little bit older.
It
from an
is.
older
This-
shoot. Yeah, this has been
These
around
are a
for
long
years.
fucking time ago. You guys have been
Yeah.
missing out.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't search for Daisy Ridley's ass. I didn't know it existed, to be honest with you. This is the first time I found out.
I didn't know she had an ass.
But this is the problem. This is the problem with Disney Star Wars. What do we think about when we think about chicks in the original trilogy? We think about Princess Leia's slave outfit. What do we think about with the prequels? We think about what? Padme, you know, in that suit.
What'd you think about Raiders of the Lost Ark with Marion on this? And the wind was blowing just right
And
for
all
that
we
dress.
think about, and all we think about the sequel trilogy is
But now we know why. It all makes sense.
This is called character development right here.
Developing some kind of character, that's for sure.
John Boyega had it figured out the whole time.
No, she's always had a nice ass. Even like in all like the red carpet stuff and interviews,
What, you've
like
seen
during
it
that
before,
era.
Ryan?
What's that?
He studied it.
I mean, it's been there her whole life.
You
Yeah,
studied it,
yeah,
molded
it's like-
by it.
It didn't just pop up randomly in that one.
He was,
shoot and go,
he was born in it. Oh my God! I can't wait for Ray. Let's fucking go.
Star Wars is back.
And it turns out
Wars
that's actually
got
AI instead.
I know, dude. Don't react to anything anymore genuinely because you're gonna get clowned, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
dude.
when I quote tweeted that, I was like, "This is probably Photoshop."
But who cares? Who gives? Yep.
It's gonna have that tennis player that was scratching out. Easy Ridley.
I think that was from like some women's health magazine shoot that she was doing where she was talking about that random fucking disease that she has.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
Great ass disease.
Ryan, don't ruin everybody's boners by mentioning
It's not like where you're fucking got pus coming out of your pussy or some shit. It's just like some weird blood.
Oh, no, that's good.
Who cares?
I beat that years ago.
It creams for that, pretty sure.
I still would.
The tweet no longer exists.
No.
The photo's been taken from the internet.
The judge found it. That's what happened. The judge found it. Wait,
John
no,
Boyega
wait.
found it.
My Twitter's not even working.
Oh, was it Twitter again?
Twitter's
Twitter's
broke
broke.
the internet.
Welcome to X.
Yeah, it's broken. Twitter's broken.
It's been broken.
Yes, it never really worked. I can pull up Tom Cruise Twitter.
Yeah, my feed just is completely gone. So
Yeah, it just died
Oh,
right here. in
never-
front of me.
And I can bring up Superman.
how are we supposed to make videos if there's no Twitter?
Well, that happened. The other
It's actually pretty
morning.
easy.
It's wild how much we rely on that, not necessarily for this, but for just like talking and structuring something out to talk about. Yep. Like having the reports, having the tweets, like whatever.
Invest like a champion with Hamilton Champions ETF CMVP and SMVP. Exposure to Canadian and U.S. dividend all-stars. Hamilton Champions ETFs. Zero management fee until January 2026.
Lisa, how are you going that fast? You don't even have an actual driver's license. Let me show you something I learned in the 1900s. She's on a wall. She's on a wall. Lisa, get.
What's
And
yellow Solid Flash done a video on. Okay, I'm doing that now.
Well, and it was down for like hours. And I was like, okay, I'll just pull these articles. Every single fucking article had quotes and tweets that weren't loading in there. Like, it was, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. It wasn't meant to be.
Yep. Sometimes that happened. I guess you want to just start with Superman's James Gunn.
Superman's James Gunn.
While people are rolling in, Superman's James Gunn had a test screening. Hang on, let me do
Oh, how that's good. That's good. I probably have to talk about it.
Okay, let's go. We do surprise.
Less goofy, interesting. Having the blue
No, he's not.
No, that's the central linchpin of the entire story.
Dude, what's the linchpin of Peacemaker? It's a fucking eagle. Like, he likes, yeah, you know. He needs.
And then, Rocket.
Because of the success of Rocket, he needs a little furry animal.
Rumors are he saw Daisy Ridley's ass and he's like, we need to get that.
Yeah.
Back to the studio.
I'm going home early.
Shit's gonna
might need some reason to save the world.
Well, if you scroll up a little bit, that face says that's looking at Daisy Ridley's ass right there. That's the face you make.
Oh, so that makes sense. Because trying to go, wait, eyes up here.
Eyes up here, yeah.
I have a feeling he's using his X-ray vision.
A little bit.
He didn't really need to.
38
What's he
seconds
doing?
away from something.
Where's the X-ray vision going? I want to see the fucking inside of a colon. I mean, what?
No.
You gotta learn how to focus. You gotta focus it in.
Think of an island.
So, what do you think? What do you think they're changing? Do you think they're removing the monkeys?
Film.
Well,
Oh,
I figured
maybe
that.
they.
You think?
Maybe they floated that out so they could figure out if the monkeys were gonna work or not.
Well, they know when they do test screenings, shit's gonna hit Reddit like immediately. They know.
Right.
They 100% know, and they still do them, and they probably use the feedback. And if they get overwhelming feedback on something, it's probably something you want to consider. I would hope that they're putting truth, justice, and the American way in there somehow.
That would be smart.
I would hope that
They'd
was
better.
from the beginning.
Yeah.
They thought that's what we should put it.
According to the reports of the most recent screening, and the runtime was a big factor because the screening that had been shown, that has been shown for the past couple months, is about 2 hours and 30 minutes long. And then they announced a 2 hours and 2 minute runtime for this. So basically they cut 25 minutes somewhere in there. And one of the things was a lot of the humor wasn't hitting. They thought it was a little bit too goofy. The standard like James Gunn style stuff that wasn't really coming over well in this movie specifically. And that's one of the focuses of some of the stuff we got.
So, who are the test screen audience? Are these like just all people
Where do they get
Yes.
Well, I have a feeling that they're not going to be representative.
So there's a difference between the test screenings, right?
Yes.
Usually, also, the vast majority of them are internal. It's just going to be people that are working at Warner Brothers, people that are like stuff like that, people that are on the line. That's where you get your first bits of feedback. And then you open it up to different test screens. And of course, they're all supposed to sign something, say they'll never say anything, blah, blah, blah. But
Yeah, and you're right, Ryan. Like the vast majority of Marvel ones are internal. DC does them all the time, and it is basically you sign up for it, and you get tickets, and they invite you on the lot. Chris Gord's explained it well, and you get to go, and it sounds like to me, and it's anecdotal because I know a kid who goes to them all the time, that it is kind of the same people going. So I don't know how well that, I don't know how much that helps you. I really don't. I get to Shad's point, like do a test screening in Kansas City. Do a test screening in Chicago, kind of hit the regions of America. Do a test screening in London, and
Get stabbed.
And get stabbed.
That's how you know they really like the movie.
Well, that's if you're lucky, Watch out for rape games too. But,
well, apparently they're not reshoots. They're just extra scenes.
Okay.
Shots.
Wait. Extra scenes in the movie which has lost 30 minutes of runtime.
Just to what Gary was saying, because Goofy is such a subjective thing. Goofy's one group righteously hilarious to another group. And so I just find it interesting.
Well, should Superman be evil though? Do you really want a comedy Superman movie? Even if it is genuinely funny?
I mean, it should be lighthearted, but there's comedic elements. I think comedic elements definitely have some of that, but I don't want it to be a comedy.
I don't think it's
Moments of
being
levity are
serious.
fine.
As long as you're not making Superman the comedian.
So the issue with I was gonna say, in this specifically, right, when you do have Guy Gardner Green Lantern, when you have such a massive cast, which is one of the criticisms that people have said about this movie, about there being so many people involved, but whatever, put that aside. When you have so much of that, I do think there's plenty of room for some of the standard humor that we would typically expect from a James Gunn thing, with all these different characters involved. But you do have to be careful about how you portray Superman.
Superman
Don't
has.
forget that the creature, the huge creature in City was dirt as well. So that could easily be played off for a few hours. I don't know if it's the girl's toy and then it's been converted into a whatever, but it looks derpy as fuck if you see it.
So, what I mean, that's what a lot of filmmakers. You know, it was great. We had Mark Millar on, and he said it's easy to write Superman, and that's because he understands the character. He's read a lot of the comic books, and he's right. But it's a balance you have to strike. You can't have this dark, grim Superman movie. Nobody wants to see that. It's supposed to be aspirational, inspirational. He's a hero. They put out a clip today. I don't know if you want to find it. It's David Cornsweet talking to a bunch of little kids. Like, lead with that shit. That's what you should be doing. That's what Superman is.
Be Keith. He makes bank with EQ Bank. Unlike checking accounts at other banks, his EQ Bank account earns high interest on every dollar. So he can sit back and save. Make bank, Keith. Make bank.
Man, you fucking faggot, bro.
That's exactly what Superman is. That's what they should have just been doing the whole time.
The messaging from this movie just seems all over the place.
It's all
though,
over the place.
And I remember that
What
most
happened,
recent
dog?
full trailer that came out.
His
And Ryan,
fucking
you
tires
can-
are
I can't
a
remember exactly
couple
how
of
you
faggots,
presented
man.
it, but the way that you presented
Yeah,
how that
dude.
trailer
It's
should
the
have been
tires'
structured
fault.
is perfect.
Yeah,
way
when I'm
that
steering and
trailer
the
should have
car's
been
going
structured.
straight, yeah, it is.
And they completely
Nice,
did the
dude.
reverse of it.
Yo, if
Do
you
you
wanna-
remember how?
Well, if you want to check out my ideas on how the trailer should have been structured, Perry Chan fucking stole my idea and turned it into a fucking video. So
Steal your idea.
Skills to put it together. Come on.
Put it together for you. He didn't steal your fucking
He was
idea. Were you?
inspired
Oh,
by
I'm
me.
sorry. Were you gonna
Inspired.
go out and make a trailer, Ryan? Were you gonna go out and put that together? Were you?
He could.
No,
wasn't
you
gonna do
fucking
any
weren't.
work, I just don't
You
want
fucking
someone
weren't.
stealing mine.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude! Welcome to the internet. Okay, for fuck's sake.
No, but
The issue
Perry's, that was basically exactly what I had said.
Yeah,
was-
he took inspiration from
ordered
you and
the
put it together,
trailer.
and put together something that he wanted to put together, and it was fucking great. By the way, love you,
So
Perry.
good. It
Well,
was
yes,
awesome.
the thing
I'm
was,
giving you a hard time,
it
you
was a great
fucking
trailer.
Asian
it was a great trailer, but it wasn't a great trailer for this movie. It's like it would be like taking Thunderbolts and stripping the depression out of it. You stripped the entire theme out of the Superman movie.
That's the point of the
They were
trailer.
able to make an entirely different movie for that trailer to be accurate. I think if you saw that and then saw this Superman movie, you would feel a bait and switch. But this is not.
If we don't get a leave Perry alone meme with Gary crying, like Perry Chan memes the fuck out of us all day. Brian says one thing, Gary's like, I'll fucking fight you for Perry. That's
Goddamn right. Goddamn right. Let's fucking go. I'll crack this fucking thing right now. Let's go.
Harry
Fucking
Chan
shake you.
under attack.
Yes. You go after me all day long. Don't fuck with my editor, man.
But yes, the overall messaging of this movie is all over the place. I don't still know what they're trying. Like, I don't think they know what story they're trying to tell through. I think they're constantly chasing their own tail, based on their constant reaction. But they're the ones sending mixed signals out there. So every time they send a new piece of marketing, you're going to get a different style of reaction. And they seem to be chasing every single style of reaction that they're getting. And I have very big concerns for this movie. And I will say from the start, I have been excited about this. I like James Gunn's movies. I don't like James Gunn. I think he's a piece of shit. He can go to hell, which he probably will. But I like most of his movies that he's been involved in. And so I was looking forward to this, but the more I've seen and the more that we've heard, the less I am at an all-time low for my excitement for this movie at this point in time.
It's the only
kind of felt like they have not understood how to market James Gunn. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3, the Suicide Squad, that all seemed very clear on what they were trying to convey to the audience. This seems like you just said all over the place. So it gives me the feeling that they don't know internally what the movie is or what the direction of DC is going.
They were like wacky, mystic comedy movies, though. Superman is the exact opposite. And so I don't think he can do sincere, which is why if you get reports that they're stripping all the comedy out.
I think he can do sincere. Like, he 100% has done sincere in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's pulled some heartstrings, but does he know Superman sincere?
Which is a different, and maybe that's what I question too. Is can he? Well, to believe in Superman is to fundamentally you love America. Superman's an fucking American superhero. Period. End of story. All right.
It's objective moral good.
Yes.
Superman appeals to the entire world, not just America.
He does, but he's still American. But that's something
I want Superman to say, "You killed my mom, and you broke my Walkman." That's what I want.
Okay.
Very specific.
That point in that movie pissed me the fuck off so much. It was like it was a fucking powerful moment, and then you had to drop this stupid ass joke.
Yeah, it's like, yep. Well, that's
the thing,
Marvel,
it's like,
and Marvel
don't
really
do
picked
that.
Marvel, and that's the kind of guy, and that's the kind of guy you need to make Superman.
Yeah, I completely agree. Because most leftists, they hate America. They hate this country. They hate everything it stands for, and they should not be what they're
Is there something wrong with the stream? Stream down?
F's in the chat.
Yeah,
Superman? It's back. It's back. It's back. What the fuck is going on?
Everything's fucked.
James Gunn. He doesn't like what he's
Everything
talking
is
about.
under attack.
My channel is under attack from James Gunn's James Gunn.
Am I the only one like? Have you guys ever had the experience where the internet goes down and you wonder, is that the meteorite?
No, there are periodic massive DDoSes across the internet which affect the base infrastructure.
Remember the big one that hit Amazon and then it hit everything else? It hit fucking Google.
They all use the same line, so if you hit the T1 infrastructure, everything goes down.
Yeah, when we went to this is over a month ago, we went to previews at Epic Universe before it opened, and at that point there was no video, no pictures allowed, anything like that. So everybody that were in the park pretty much had their phones.
I love how
put
Jeremy
away.
worked that into the conversation. Well, I was at. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It was amazing. It was amazing to walk around where people were not on their phones. Thousands of people not on their phones, and it completely changed the way that we approached the day and everything. And it was crazy. I was like, this is actually so much better than this shit that we're just like walking around vlogging and shit. And it was wild that many people were not on their phones, and it shows you how controlled we are by all the fucking stuff that we're involved in right now.
When I went to the Mothership Joe Rogan show and I saw Dave Chappelle, they made us put all our phones away, and then we had to sit next to strangers. So you just had to talk to people. It was great. It was freaking great.
Like?
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
weird.
If you like talking to people, I'm one of those, introverts. I was just like, I'm happy to be.
I mean, I'm introverted too, but if somebody starts talking to me, I'll start talking.
I like talking to
You're
people.
American and he's descended from the English.
I'm very good at
Strangers,
but I don't want to.
You know, I think questioning James Gunn's ability to pull off a Superman is, I think that's you're just being normal. I don't think he can do it, and I've watched most of his stuff, if not all of his stuff, and I've liked most of it. Hated Peacemaker, hated Peacemaker. It sucks. Creature Commandos wasn't very good. I liked The Suicide Squad, but it's like 7 out of 10. It's fine. It's fine. It's not super memorable. But giving him the keys to the castle and having him not only just direct the main movies, he's got to run the studio. He's got help, unlike Feige. But he's still running the studio and making all the creative decisions. And as Ryan pointed out this morning, the only success they have had since, Since
Joker
COVID,
in 2019.
since Joker, the only success they've had in theaters is The Batman, and the only other success is The Penguin.
And even the Batman wasn't that huge.
Yeah, the Batman wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah.
And
And
what's
I don't think
crazy
the
though,
second one was
and
good, though.
I don't know if I trust this yet. Box Office Theory's early trackings come out, and they have the opening domestic at 154 to 175. Which
Superman?
for the
For Superman?
for domestic opening, which if it hits that high end would be bigger than Minecraft's domestic opening. I guess
No
I
way.
don't
No
believe
way.
that.
I don't
but that's
see
the
it.
early
No
tracking
fucking
right
way.
now.
No shot is that happening.
I hope so, but I just don't see. That's.
Yeah.
I just don't get the buzz right now. So
But the
if
trailer
we don't
did
put it
well.
That would be crazy.
Yeah,
the trailer
trailer did
did.
well.
That's something every time I talk about this movie because I'm so negative about it. I always say like, it is being positively received. It is like every trailer has been positively received for the most part in terms of the ways that we go about it. Every time a trailer gets ratioed, we make fun of it, we roast it. So we have to point out
Because it's
that-
fun.
Yeah, it's absolutely fun. But all these trailers have a very positive ratio,
Yes.
extremely positive. Go ahead, disprove.
Things have to be an extra level though, because you can like a movie and think, I'll watch that on streaming. So you have to, it has to really get you excited to actually make the visit to the cinema.
There's the British point of view. Is it worth leaving my house for? Dude, according to you guys, we dodge bullets every day we walk out of our house. We're fine with it. Sorry.
If you guys remember, Top Gun Maverick did not seem like it had that big of hype behind it at the time. Now, I think that the tracking for it was probably pretty, but you remember when we talked about it, we're like,
doubled the tracking basically.
Yeah,
It was a lot because of word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Didn't he do that big stunt that was in the promos?
Well,
That
we,
was
I mean, we
Mission
all
Impossible Dead Reckoning.
yeah, we but we talked about the trailers before it came out. We're like, hey, the trailers look pretty good. That looks like a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
And
see it.
And I remember we did a poll on this show, and it was like 50-50 of people that were like, because we all felt like he was going to be replaced by a woman.
Yes,
you know, that based on the trailer building up that is iconic, and it's time for you to step aside. We all were like waiting for the diversity bullshit, and word of mouth carried that movie to, what was it, 1.3, 1.5 billion? Yeah,
But
so-
also, it did have an opening of 126 million, which is twice as much as what Mission Impossible just had. So it did have a strong
absolutely
opening,
did,
but it
yeah.
definitely performed very well down the line.
The thing that helped it out was that
It really is.
the fact that it was that good.
Yep.
Word of mouth.
Okay, is it
Simple
better?
story
Is it
that
better?
was
Is it better than the original?
Yes.
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 In some ways,
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It is almost a 10 out of 10 film for me. If not, that's definitely 9 out of 10.
The trench run at the end,
Fantastic.
fantastic.
Awesome. Like everything. The fact
It's a Star Wars movie.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, and I love that.
And the way that he, sacrificed himself to save his surrogate son and stuff like that, the masculinity and the virtues, in it, it's just brilliant. It's a brilliant film.
Damn good film.
Will Star Wars? Will Superman have that?
That the question.
But that's what it
needs
has
to have it.
though. That's what it needs.
to have that. I hope Crypto sacrifices himself for Superman. You see Crypto die on this.
I do too. If Crypto dies,
No. No, you know what? I think they're taking.
They know that would be the worst possible.
So there,
thing.
there supposedly is a scene where Lex like viciously beats Crypto, and I'm wondering if they're gonna cut that out, because like a lot, dude.
People
Look
don't
at
like that.
look at how many fucking people complained. Maybe some people on this panel even. About the treatment of the CGI animals in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The fake fucking CGI animals. People were really upset about the torturing of fake CGI animals. You think they're going to like dogging the shit kicked out of it?
To be fair, we all just kind of went crazy over a fake CGI ass, but
That's
That's
different.
real ass, isn't it?
It's still real to me, damn it! I think you could get away with it if Crypto then did the same back to Lex. Like, I think you can do it as long as you balance it out on the other end, because it's always been the same thing in movies. The worse the villain is, the more horrifically he has to die. As long as you balance the scales out, people will let you off.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole, to show a villain, have him kick a puppy kind of thing.
I mean, people love John Wick.
And then have the dog.
But you don't see the dog. You don't see the dog dying.
That's true.
I mean, it's bad.
You hear it, so.
But
that's
you
still
hear
pretty
it.
bad.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, the never-ending story traumatized the generation.
Yes.
Oh, dude, like
Totally.
that scene
John
in
Wick.
that scene in Equilibrium.
We
I
were
don't know
just
how many of
talking
you have
about
seen
it.
Equilibrium.
I
Have you
wasn't
seen
paying any attention.
I
Fun
know.
movie.
Equilibrium? Equilibrium.
Fun movie.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yes.
So good. And there's
Love
that
it.
scene where the dogs. You don't see it, but you see Christian Bale's reaction to it. Traumatizes. You.
Yeah, well, there's Kingsman. Kingsman too. You gotta kill your dog. You know.
Watership Down.
Oh,
my God.
Too soon?
No, too soon. Don't even go. No, we're not bringing that up again.
Animated is completely is awful.
Bro, we watched that in school. It was.
I watched it on VHS.
We watched it in school, and it was like the whole classroom was like,
Exactly. It's that type of media kids need to harden them up.
At least
Yeah.
Take that away.
you get some context.
I saw one over the flew over the cuckoo's nest. Not like six.
oh no. That explains a lot.
I try to stay away from sad dog movies, man. I
Yeah,
can't
dude.
handle them. I can't handle them.
Fox and the Hound.
Fox and the Hound.
What's that one? Disney does
There's
that one live action.
Homeward
There's that
Bound
one
is
that
awesome.
Homeward Bound is awesome.
Homeward Bound is awesome.
There's that one everybody wants me to watch that I won't. The Marley and Me.
Oh, don't watch it.
No, don't do that.
Well, because that was before internet stuff for me, so like I went in thinking, oh, it's gonna be a movie about a fun-loving dog, and then all of a sudden they drop this end where it's like, what?
It had AIDS?
It is really
I think the Labyrinth gave me nightmares.
Ugh,
That's the freaky puppet movie. Freaky puppet.
No, it's great on acid.
Remind me of
That was your mistake.
Should have dropped some acid, man. It's way better. It's way better.
Are we gonna go through what that article said
Yes.
about the changes?
Yes,
Because
This is Ryan telling us cutting 25.
That's Ryan is reeling us back in. That's a professional, ladies and gentlemen.
not that one, not the one from
The other one.
This one.
Step into Wix Studio and handle every part of your build from one platform. Map out your project with an AI-powered visual site map that generates site structures and wireframes in seconds, not days. When your client's on board, dive into design. Create freely, customizing even the smallest element. Use site styles to seamlessly extend the brand to every page and watch it adapt across breakpoints. Now, scale your creation.
All right.
But you get really excited, right?
Yeah.
Loves his cosmic book
like,
news.
because all we did was speculate about what we think might.
By Republicans for a decade, and then I think we're starting to see that door open.
I know. I understand.
Prepares to argue that the trade court's ruling should be halted for the duration.
But you should be able to say
that young people should not have to work because they're not getting paid enough is silly.
Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We don't want Canada as the 51st state because the voting is going to become even more lopsided if we introduce communist Canadians as voters for America. It's a horrible idea.
What if we're voting for your people?
But you're not good. You might.
I
The rest of the country.
You don't know who I know.
There's only one of you. Anyways, I'm Phil Labonte, lead singer of the heavy metal band All That Remains. I'm anti-communist and counter-revolutionary. Let's get into it.
Here's a story from the Post Millennial. FBI releases 112 pages of writing from Nashville trans school shooter showing maps, faculty lists, and anti-Christian diatribes. They said the FBI on Thursday released over 100 pages, related to the Nashville Covenant School shooting, which killed 3 children and 3 staff members. 112 pages released by the FBI were found by law enforcement in Hale's car. The release comes after a long legal battle by Tennessee Star and the Tennessee Firearms Association to make the documents available to the public. Among the pages released by the FBI were redacted pages that had maps of the Covenant School, including the first floor and second floor, as well as lists of faculty members at the school and dates that the school was on break for the 22-23 school calendar. Hale wrote about being born wrong, scribbling on one page, "Why does my brain not work right? Because I was born wrong." A sketch of pages includes notes on the beginning, shooters, and defensiveness, etc. They go on to mention that there was, of course, anti-Christian diatribes, and I guess for personal and professional reasons, we're not going to show the manifesto. It's available at the Post Millennial. editorial doesn't want to go through these pages, but we're not going to dive into it other than to talk about the reason why this was covered up. And in my opinion, it's because of two principal things. One, the anti-Christian bias. This is hate crime territory. This should be listed among all of these NGOs that track all the hate and everything as anti-Christian hatred. Of course, it's never going to make the press because it goes against the narrative. And the other issue, of course, was the leftist ideology of being born wrong, resulting in this person engaging in this kind of behavior is damaging the leftist gender narrative and blank slate narrative. So the FBI at the time was probably like, let's just not show anybody this. But as most people know, if they don't disclose the identity of the individual, depending on the story, people make assumptions about what the race of the person would be. So whenever there's a story and it says a white man did a thing, people are like, oh, okay. And then if they don't mention the race, people make assumptions like, I have a feeling, right?
That's the Ann Coulter rule, right?
Is it?
It kind of is.
Did you make that up or what?
It was always referred to me as the Ann Coulter rule.
Yeah. I think she might be the first person to have actually articulate. It was kind of like people kind of had that sense.
Fuck!
And she was the first person to kind of like be like, hey.
Say it out loud.
Yeah, actually make articulating make it a thing.
In Sweden, there was a, I think it might have been an Afghan national who was in the country, committed some crime. And so they blurred the person, but then changed the pixelated colors of the skin to a white person.
Oh!
Yeah.
They've also did lightened pictures for people who are of a certain skin tone.
Why are you looking at me like that?
This